Head Harvester Bill Armin here from the West Coast, and I'm at Elevate here in Phoenix, and guess what? I attended a breakfast of champions, and here is a champion himself, Roger Phelps. Now, Roger, tell us about your table you facilitated today, and what was it about, and what did you learn?
You know, I think our most valuable lessons are the ones that we learn through pain, right? Painful ones. And so as part of what I'm trying to do now in my consulting business and helping out is if I can help people learn that lesson with maybe less pain,
There you go.
that'd be a good one. So we hit on this topic of how do we avoid training our people to be incompetent?
Really?
Which kind of led to, okay, what are the types of employees that we have? There's basically three types. We have our underachiever, we have our passive achiever, and then we have our overachiever. And breaking that down, which was, why are they the way they are? What can we do about it? And just open up that conversation around that. And I found it was really fascinating. And what I love about the Breakfast with Champions is that you have all these individuals sharing their experiences and their solutions.
So
right?
what were some of those? You have some examples?
Well, I think the number one thing is spend more time with your people to figure out the why. All right, what is the situation in their lives, or maybe what's the situation with our organization that is preventing them from achieving?
What are the obstacles?
Oh, exactly, obstacle.
Yeah.
And then also, let's look in the mirror.
Yeah.
How do I, as the leader, I loved your little pointing thing. Yeah, one
Starts
finger
with,
forward, three finger.
Well, pointing right back at, and it all starts and stops with the
So
leader.
how am I getting in the way? So a great example was for a passive achiever who is coming to you with a problem. If you're always solving that person's problem, right? Then, okay, guess what? They walk away, they get the job done, but they're not thinking independently.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's just hitting on little things like that. The other is, okay, assigning measurable goals over a specific period of time, and then setting up the feedback and measurement across that.
Yeah.
So how often are we sitting down with our people? How often are we reviewing their performance?
So what was the
and helping
consensus there? You just do that once a year, torture
No,
chamber performance review?
it varied. I think having spot checks, quick spot checks on a regular basis, maybe bi-weekly or whatever. But I think at a minimum, and you hit on this, and I thought it was really good, at a minimum, it needs to be 4 times a year for a deep dive.
Yeah.
I like also monthly opportunities where, okay, you set aside 20 minutes and you have a set group of goals. Okay, how's it going? What do you need, for your job? And then most importantly for a leader, what do you need from me? How could I be doing better for you?
Getting feedback.
And when you ask those questions sometimes, and once you've established trust, it's amazing what you can get back.
Boy, that's good stuff. So more frequent touch bases. I think it's really for newer people, maybe even weekly until they're up and running, then drop it off to once a month.
Right.
And then I think everybody needs, how well am I doing? And answer those 6 questions we talked about.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Right.
How well am I supposed to be doing? How well am I doing it? What do I need to do and learn to be more effective around here?
Exactly.
What do I get if I do all this stuff?
Exactly.
And where do I go if I need help or have failure, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would add one thing,
Sure.
and I think that we as human beings, we all need someone else to be helping us along.
So coach
And
or
whether that's a
mentor?
mentor or coach or an accountability partner, whatever that is. And so again, the question we would ask for the underachiever, for instance, who's been assigned to help coach that person? For the passive achiever, right? Who is the individual? Maybe it's me as the leader. And then, I love this came up at our table. Who are we as leadership and managers and owners? Who do we look to? Who do we have in our lives that can help us, that we can vent to, that we can open up to? Maybe it's a peer group, maybe it's an accountability group, maybe it's just a friend that we can pick up and vent and say, man, how are you handling this?
Yeah, good
right?
stuff. Yeah.
So people to people.
Yeah, so training, but don't be incompetent to train to incompetency, right?
Right.
It's good stuff.
Right.
All right, Head Harvester Bill Armin for the West Coast, my buddy here, Roger Phelps. And one of the things I always say is whenever you go to these conferences, affirm an idea,
Yes.
learn an idea, and meet someone new. And then say, I'm glad I met you. So I'm glad I met you, Roger. Now go out there and harvest your potential. All right.